Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Horath and we are playing Stellaris with the newest DLC, Utopia. Paradox has been so kind and has given me a press code for the new DLC. It's going to come out on April the 6th. This is episode 0 and we're only going to have the settings and the species creation in here, so if you want to see only gameplay then skip forward to episode 1, which will be released shortly. There are some changes though to, most importantly, government and government forms and civics that have changed in the new DLC and the new patch. So if you want to see what has changed, then stay with me. Okay, so let's start. What I've done is I've basically updated my old species. I already did a long Let's Play series with the Great Old Ones and with the Zombie Fallen Empire. And with the new features and new updates, these guys have become a lot more viable. The role-playing aspect has been strengthened, so you can get even more into how you want to play people. And I've sort of updated the Great Old Ones with some certain new civics. You can see that these guys now have a blood court. This government is a hereditary form of rabidly xenophobic autocracy, where the ultimate responsibility of the monarch is to oversee the extermination of all lesser species in the galaxy. These guys are gonna appear. You can see that little lock symbol next to the thing, so they will be guaranteed to spawn, as will be the Zombie Fallen Empire. So we're gonna play against two of my old races. And if you have a look at this, this is the new system. So you have in the middle the hive mind that the species Z is gonna have. And these guys are now militarist and fully xenophobic, and what that allows is making them fanatic purifiers, which gives them a huge buff to fire rate and to army damage, but they are not allowed to have any xenopops, so they will be automatically purged. They gain unity from purging xenopops. We'll get into that in episode 1. What unity is basically allowing you to customize your nation by giving them certain traditions and perks. But yeah, so they're fanatic purifiers. They are not going to be at peace with anyone, which makes sense. I mean, they are the great old ones, risen anew. They don't like any Xenos. They are gods. They're very old. And then I've given them the distinguished admiralty in terms of civics. So the way that this works is your ethics sort of allow you certain ways of passing on power in your society. So you have democratic election every 10 years, you have oligarchic election every 40 to 50 years, dictatorial election at ruler death, and imperial. Throne is always inherited by a designated successor upon ruler's death. So that's the way that power passes inside your empire, and depending on what you have over here, and depending on your ethics, you can choose certain civics that fit your state and that can sort of help you further to flesh out your role-playing experience. So these guys are fanatic purifiers and they have a distinguished admiralty. There are lots and lots of other civics, philosopher king, police state, environmentalist, warrior cult, cutthroat politics, mining guilds, efficient bureaucracy, nationalistic zeal, functional architecture, aristocratic elite. And then you can see that there are a bunch of them are grayed out. We can't take that because we are not authoritarian. We're not spiritualists, so that's not a thing. We can't be the beacon of liberty, obviously. Exalted priesthood is not a thing. Meritocracy, there are a lot of them, and I'm really happy that that has gone towards more customization. That's really nice. I prefer that over the old system. Okay, so we got these guys. Let's go back. And then the Zombie Fallen Empire is now a real hive mind. When we played it, we sort of had to roleplay a lot of it and have the magic happen in our head, because the hive mind wasn't in then. But if you want to play a hive mind, you just go into, you just select this ethic, you get no other ethics. And being a hive mind has certain advantages, certain disadvantages. Hive mind rulers are immortal, so your leader will always exist, which is pretty nice. Your hive-minded pops, they don't have any happiness because they're just, basically tendrils of your collective consciousness. They will not join any factions. You have no internal politics with the hive mind. That's just turning internal politics off. But your pops will not survive in other empires because they are basically cut off from the hive mind, so they're just gonna die. And you're also not really able to have pops of other species, because they're not linked up to the hive mind. The only thing that you could do is you can genetically engineer them to hook them into the hive mind, and that way you can integrate them. But otherwise, I think they're just gonna get purged and eaten by your people, because that's something that you can do in the new DLC. You can actually eat other species. And if you yourself conquer a hive mind and you're good at genetically engineering, then you can remove the hive mind trait from their populations, and in that way make them into normal pops again. These guys have their own specific set of civics. I've given them natural neural network, which buffs their research speed and subspace FAPS. I think that's how you say that. That buffs up their naval capacity, trying to make them as like the Zombie Fallen Empire that we played in our last Let's Play series. There's also Aesthetic, One Mind, Divided Attention, Strength of Legions, Subsumed Will, and Pooled Knowledge. All of these have very nice buffs. But that's about it. I haven't been fiddling around with these guys too much, except for updating them. And what we are going to play is the Architect's Foundation. So the focus of this Let's Play is going to be building as many of the new megastructures that Utopia introduces. We're going to play Ringworlds, we're going to play Dyson Spheres, we're going to play Science Nexuses, Sentry Arrays, and orbital habitats to basically build tall. That's going to be our motto. We are fanatic pacifists, so no wars for us. Internal growth is the thing. I want to really see how viable building tall really is. And we're also materialists, because we're natural engineers and tinkerers. We're intelligent, industrious, and we are natural engineers. So that's sort of our backstory. We've always been tinkering and building and stuff, and that's why our government and our civilization has emerged from into space as the Architect's Foundation, ruled by first architect Cax. We are technocracy, that's one of our civics, so we get +1 research alternatives, and we have efficient bureaucracy. Gives us +2 core sector systems. If you have a look at the fanatic pacifist, that also gives us +4 core sector systems. So we're gonna get +6 additional core sector systems. The normal amount of core sector systems has been reduced from 5 to 3, I think, so we're gonna have 9 at the start. There are also some text that you can research mid-game to sort of make up for that. But I want to control as many systems as possible myself, although I've read the patch notes and they do say that they have improved the sector AI, but I'm pretty sure that I can still do it better than the AI. Yeah, we're non-adaptive because we're trying to rather build the solution for us instead of adapting ourselves, and we're kind of sedentary. So once we're done with something, we're gonna stick with it. So I think that's about how we're gonna play this. I still went for mass drivers. Just because they seem to still be the ruling thing. There were some buffs to missiles. Their cooldown has been reduced from 2 to 3 down to 0.25. So they're going to fire much faster than missiles, but I still think that mass drivers are currently the ruling weapon. We're going to go for warp travel. I'm going to have molluscoid ships and molluscoid architecture, just because I think it does look a little bit more light, a little bit more elegant compared to the reptile stuff that I really don't like. But these guys are technically reptiles. Yeah, reptilian. You can see that down here. Well, yeah. So this is going to be our galaxy game details. We're going to play on medium for this game, 600 stars, because we've played 2 games with 1,000 star galaxies. And endgame, mid-game to endgame performance was not really very good. Patch notes say it's been improved, but still, I mean, if you have 1,000 stars, just think about the number of empires, the number of ships, the number of leaders, the number of things the PC has to calculate. Performance is, in any case, going to be better in a 600 stars galaxy. We're not going to have 8 AI empires. We're going to have a spiral galaxy shape. That's going to be nice. No advanced AI starts. 2 maximum fallen empires, so that we can still have the War in the Heavens event trigger. That would be kind of nice to see that. Habitable worlds is just set to default at 1. AI aggressiveness is normal this time, and difficulty is insane. I have left this on normal, the AI aggressiveness, because some viewers have suggested that the reason why we got only fanatical purifiers and militaristic zealots in the last Let's Play series is because I put up the AI aggressiveness. So we're gonna put that on normal and see if we get a more diverse galaxy. I like aggressive AI, but I also want to see a galaxy that is sort of logical, and a galaxy that has only aggressive assholes in it is not the most logical thing. There has to be space for, like, let's say a federation of planets from Star Trek. Some people do want to be the good guys. FTL method is any, empire placement is clusters, that's fine. Advanced neighbors is off, because I want to show you a little bit of the mid and late game, so I'm gonna try to turn that off to keep the game more interesting in the long run. Endgame crisis is on, and iron mode is off, because I do not want to jeopardize this series on just having one save game. So yeah, that's gonna be our settings. If you enjoyed that, I do hope that I see you in episode 1. By all means, please leave a like on this episode so that the series can show up in search rankings. This is technically the first episode of this Let's Play series, so I think that's a thing. And yeah, I hope you join me for the adventures of the Architects Foundation. Thanks, bye bye.